see, check the brakes. If it moves in plastic, we talking about it.
Actually go outside and use them. What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
Welcome to the channel. Damn! Yeah. Welcome to the channel. Breaking toy news like a siren in the night. Posting figures fresh out the factory.
You think you're funny, don't you?
Toy
I know I am. The famous comedian Arnold Braunschweiger.
Decepticons scheming, hit a battle call. Maximus rise, Predacons attack. Beast Wars energy, yeah, we bring it back.
Did you see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls.
Blokees on deck, yeah, they switching the game. Dr. Woo, magic, shell presence wild. From box to bricks, still a toy loving child. G.I. Joe locked in, Cobra strike back. Astro slinging Baroness, yeah, the plot stay stacked. Marvel legends pose like heroes in frames. Superheroes saving days, yeah, they live up the name. Imports on deck, joints straight from Japan. Every figure tell a story when it's hit in my hand. This ain't just toys, it's a culture we see. Plastic,
well, I'll tell you, nobody handles garbage better than we do.
Online, we talk and we break it. Every single time, this ain't just toys, it's a culture we see. Plastic,
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday. What are you smiling about?
Dude, I almost had you.
Movie news rolling like a midnight reel. Box office numbers and what critics feel. From trailers to theories, breakdowns on screen, discussing what it means and what could have been. Men on films, vibes, talk, cinema, deep.
And welcome to Men on Films, the show that looks at movies from a male point of view.
Closing part, reviews with flavor, not scared of debate. If it's fire, we praise it. If not,
Hated it.
stay. Yeah, we talk movies the proper way.
I don't remember.
See, that's not a porno.
That's the old movie.
Yeah, right.
Buzzing online, we talk and we break it every single time. This ain't just toys, it's a culture we see. From plastic to pictures, yeah, we give you the
Left cheek, left cheek, left cheek.
we talk and we break it every single time.
What is happening, everybody? It is another week of toy news. The week of February 16th. Second week. Well, technically we're in the third week of February, but what a big week. Toy Fair was this week. Takara had an event. So a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure I missed some stuff. I know I missed some stuff. Probably got close to 200 slides and I missed stuff. So let's just get right into it. Like we always do. Starting off with Transformer news. First up, Skybound announced that they're doing a Transformers the Movie Deluxe Edition. This is a reprint of the well, here we go. This is the reprint of the comic that came with that complemented the movie in the 80s. We're getting a deluxe edition on top of, I think there's a regular edition too, because there's two covers. But this is the comic book adaptations of the Transformers the movie 1 through 3 from Marvel, and Transformers the animated movie 1 through 4 from IDW in one cinematic experience, as it says below. But so the main cover is the one on the left, and then the direct market exclusive cover is the one on the right, and that's, you can see Sean Murphy did the art for the regular cover, and Don Figueroa and Josh Burcham did the art for the exclusive one. I'm digging that art on the exclusive one. But All right, moving on. Takara. Now, Takara. Now, we've seen some of these over gear things. Did I write overdrive? Yeah, I wrote it wrong on the thing. It's over here. So here is the blackout. So these are product images. Get a good look at the figure. And then here is some more. It's got a little attachment, like a viewfinder. It comes up out of the helicopter cockpit, out of his chest. Some cool little play features. And then here we are with Ironhide. Surprisingly enough, one of my biggest complaints with these, I know these are supposed to be like real world militaristic things, and I get that, and I just feel like the gray, it's just too much gray. It's really, the color schemes are boring. Now, I don't need like 90s neon, but give me a little bit. And you can kind of see Ironhide has a little bit, like you see it more on his biceps. So it's just not enough for me personally. I think these are cool, just not me cool. And we'll get to another reason why I feel that way. But a badass looking truck though. And then we had some more product images from Takara. This is the wait. I have to think about it before I say it, or I'll screw it up. Just like a lot of people can't say Naruto properly. That one I can do really easy. Evangelion, though, I have to think about it before I spit it out. So this is the crossover they are doing with Eva. Eva Prime, as people are dubbing it. Really good looking purples on this. Here's another one. I have priorities in my collection and where I'm spending my money, and this is not one of those priorities. Maybe once those priorities are complete, something like this I would want to add, but not for me. But it looks cool. Definitely looks cool. And next up, the one that's really difficult, did not pull the trigger on. I haven't pulled any triggers on these missing link things, but this is the Toon Accurate or Animation Accurate Missing Link Grimlock. And I think he looks really good. And then there is like a little comparison of what he looks like next to the Toon. And if I became more prepared, I would have actually USDS prices on these images right here. But let's do a little Google search real fast, and we will break that down. So the Evangelion, see, what did I tell you? Is 11,000 yen. That converts to about $71. And then, let's see. The Grimlock's about 125. And let's just go with the higher. And then we're looking at about 130 for the over year blackout. So that means the Ironhide is just under 120 now. That's where I was saying we'll get to this. And these prices are a little bit too steep. I mean, those are like masterpiece prices for these. And I have yet to see them next to really anything other than themselves to kind of give me a comparison of what we're dealing with. But yeah, that's the prices. Takara definitely, their prices play towards the collector's market for sure. Well, even Hasbro stuff is anymore with these price increases. But stuff they didn't show off on the panel, but they showed off at the Takara event that they had. So I thought with this whole Legend series thing where they were doing the repaint of the Leo Convoy, that dramatic capture series was gone. Well, my friends, it is not. And we have a dramatic capture series of the Studio series. I don't remember what number this is, but Optimus Prime and Jetfire. where they combined into Optimus's was it Jetwing mode? But everything they had on display was in combined mode. So we got this in what Studio Series like at least 5 years ago, I think. Maybe more recent. The Prime came out before the Jetfire for sure. But kind of cool they're doing this in dramatic capture. So maybe that's what the next direction with dramatic capture series will be. Will be movie inspired stuff or live action. Next up, we got a preview of our MPG cassettes, or these are just the repaints of the old Masterpiece molds, but more tune accurate deco. So we got Rumble and Ravage in a 2-pack together, or did I say Rumble and Ravage? Rumble and Frenzy, and then Ravage, Ratback, and Buzzsaw, which is really good. That pack, the 3-pack, and I'm going to say this. If you don't have a Ratbat, because Ratbat was a pain in the ass to get, because Fans Toys put their Ratbat with Sound Blaster, even though that Sound Blaster is beautiful. Their Soundwave is beautiful. And Takara did the same thing years before with their Sound Blaster, and that was the only way you could get Ratbat. This is going to be a good way to get Ratbat. So I would highly recommend picking up this 3-pack if you're an MP collector and you need a Ratbat. This is probably going to be the easiest, cheapest route. Possibly. Let's see. Next up here is some of the display that they had, and you can kind of see some. I want to say in hand, but these are just pictures in their display. And here's some close-ups. Let's see. Next up on the MPG line, they showed. I guess I thought this was CAD at first, but it looks like these are actually gray model images of their MPG blaster next to why is his name escaping me? Ramhunch Steeljaw. There we go. And some people are saying this is just a redo of the Steeljaw that we got in some of those Takara 4-packs where it was the black variant. I forget what that version's name of Steeljaw is, but yeah, I'm not I have the Fans Toys blaster, and that thing is damn near perfection. And the other thing, Deformation Space did a really good blaster. I can't see a good market for this unless you're just like a Takara Hasbro like first party purist. I just don't see a market for this. Twin cast I might be interested in, because unless Fans Toys does a twin cast before Takara gets to it. That would be the only reason I would get this mold, but I'm happy for those that want it. Next up, probably should have put this with the Overgear stuff, but so here's from the Takara display showing the Overgear stuff. Here's the Blackout, and then here's some more images. Like I said, like these look really cool. I just don't know if it's $130 to $120 cool. I want to see size comparisons. I haven't looked up to see the height of these guys. The other thing, it looks like Ironhide has light piping. I'm not a fan of light piping. If you don't have light shining behind the figures, they just have dead eyes, and I am just not a fan of light piping. So that's an assumption on my part, because I haven't seen a good image of the back of his head, but I'm assuming this is well lit, and that's why you can see that light piping. But yeah, so that's how they look in the display. More Overgear. This is the Optimus. Kind of an interesting design. I'm assuming it's going to be grays and blacks like these others. But it has a little bit of that. Is it Bone Crusher from the 2007 movies? Like that truck, like it's on that chassis. But then he's got his big missile pod and a rifle on the back. So interesting. Like I said, I like looking at this stuff from afar. Probably not going to get any of it. See, next up in the Takara display, we see updated images of the AMT. What is it? What is this one? I forget which. number this is, and it's not in the pictures, but this is the Predator King. Now remember, this thing is super expensive and about the size of a Legend scale combiner, so like 12 inches, I think. And he is not very big for as much as you pay for it, but I mean, it looks pretty. But like I said, price point is king nowadays, and this is not in my scale of what I collect, so I will be passing on this. But it looks cool, and I'm happy for those who want it. And then we have some more looks at the that Ava Jellian Prime. And this is some pre-production samples, colored pre-production samples. I think this is the first time we've seen them in hand. And then here he is with his dramatic pose. Articulated hands. This almost looks like it's a heavy reuse of like a Studio Series 2007 movie Optimus Prime. That's my guess. Next up, our friends over at Hasbro, Mark Cyclonis, or Mark Mayer, as you know, one of the lead designers on Transformers. He usually sticks to the Generations, Power of the Primes, Age of the Primes. So he did a big old photo dump of Liege Maximo, and just showing his range of articulation, his accessories, somehow you can move stuff around. Showed how you could plug the backpack on the back of the chair to where you can do that look from the comic books. You can see his 3 red rockets that he comes darts, not red rockets. And then here's some more images of his avocado mode. Some what weapon is that? Does he come with that staff? No, I've not seen that before. I can't recall what that's for. But then he's got a. So yeah, now we had a preemptive leak prior to Toy Fair. So these dropped. So we knew. Did we know? We knew this was Wave 2 Studio Series. And I can't remember if it was confirmed in like the Age of the Primes that we was going to see these at Toy Fair. But we knew they were coming. But we didn't know this is what they were doing. So this is the Studio Series Sunstreaker. We thought maybe we was going to get a new remold or a retool. And it was confirmed by Hasbro, I think, during Toy Fair that this is a... it's just a reissue, basically. A reissue of the week? I don't know. But it's a reuse of the one that was in the 5-pack. Was that Legacies United 5-pack that had Hound, which we got a reissue in the More Than Meets the Eye collection. Trailbreaker, Wheeljack, maybe more to come on that, and Jazz, which so yeah, and he doesn't even get the rifle. Didn't he get a rifle that in that 5-pack? So it's just his little intake cannon. Oh, speaking of Wheeljack, here is the Studio Series, not 86, but it's the 86 stuff. Transformers the movie is what's the moniker now. And confirmed, this is the same Wheeljack that was in that 5-pack. Let's see. Next up, our new deluxe mold of the Wave. Transformers the movies, Kranix. He was the guy that was in the beginning of the movie that got sucked into Unicron. No, he got his ship got thrown out the drift, and then we are introduced to him on the in the Quintesson jail. And I don't know, was there ever any canon of an alt mode? But he turns into a jet/spaceship that looks really weird. Because so strange. I might actually pre-order. I didn't pre-order this, but this might be one of those. If I see it in store, I might pick it up. I don't know. Like I don't need this, but at the same time, I feel that he would scale with Masterpiece at a deluxe size. Because I picture this guy smaller than like any Transformer, any Autobot, or Decepticon. Didn't even think about that. Didn't pre-order him. Might do a pre-order after I get off of here. We'll see. Let's see. Next up, to no surprise to anyone, Skywarp. This is the same use of that Thundercracker mold. And I think early on when we got teased of that Thundercracker mold, the boys on the Transformer team mentioned that Thundercracker and Skywarp will be a general retail release where Starscream will be an exclusive, opposed to how they were in Siege and Earthrise, where these guys were the exclusive. So looks good. Like, undeniably, this mold looks good, and just the tune accurate color scheme. I appreciate it. Don't need it though. I got the MP52. See, next up we have Shockwave. So, to no surprise, there might have been a few people that was hoping for a big retool, but this is pretty much the Siege Shockwave with us. It's a slight retool. Pretty much the transformation's the same. Only thing you're not getting is all the armor bits to give him like his super mode. And you could flip that upside down and make it a space cannon, space gun. He comes with a small version of himself, so he can play with himself. Yeah, he's at the Voyager price point. So, right? Yeah, he's a Voyager. Yeah, because the leader's somebody else. The leader is this guy. Talk about controversy, what this guy started this week. We'll get more to it, but here's Astro Train, leader class. We heard that this was going to be a different take. Yeah, it's a different take. More to that later. There's a little segment about it. See, next up. And just as these images leaked, the official promo images leaked, someone in Asia got a hold of Shockwave and Skywarp and posted some images. Gosh, I can't talk. Images of it. And they're very cloudy. But a couple things I took away from this is, do you see that image on the instructions for Shockwave? He can be mounted to Bruticus as a shoulder cannon. Very interesting. And then just some comparisons of Shockwave and Thundercracker with some toys that we already have. Here's some images of the box and the back of the box. So that didn't leak with those product images. And it's funny, on the back of the box, they show that cannon mode. But they take the deck or whatever out to, make it look like it's not a gun that a kid can wield. And here's some images of the Skywarp, and we get to see the back of the box. So yeah. Next up, so we'll go deeper into these guys. So here's some of the images from Toy Fair from the case, so you can kind of see some more good shots of these. So yeah, I'm looking at that Krennic next to Snarl, and I think he might go good with Masterpiece stuff. So, and then here's some more images of Shockwave and Astro Chain. Yeah, that's a good look from that top down, especially on the shuttle mode. We'll get to Astro Train. Let's see. Here's some more images, and then kind of a good look at Krennic and his alt mode. You know what I can't unsee in Krennic's alt mode? Like a duck. Like I just see like a duck or a goose in glide mode. Something we got teased earlier this year from a listing. The Matrix of Leadership. So here is some official photos of it, and some more. And then I threw up that leak list where it had the price of $124.99. Pulse had this up for $140 today, so it already went up for pre-order. Where Amazon, I think, still had it at $125. So I don't know who's right, who's wrong, but I think it's sold out on Pulse. But one of the cool things is it takes AA batteries, or you can plug a battery pack in, or I think it has a rechargeable battery pack. When you pull it open, it plays the touch. Nice touch, I might add. Let's see. What do we got next? Hold on. Why can't I find it? Oh, there we go.
I'm sure you've thought about me naked, huh?
Am I that transparent?
I ran clear across Alabama. I'm looking at you through the glass.
And Lieutenant Kendrick was clear on what you wanted?
Crystal.
Loud and clear, Easy Rhino.
Simple. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Are we clear?
I can see right through you.
Jesus.
You can't handle the truth.
Translucent.
I haven't had a chance to use that in a while, but we got some clear transformers or some translucent transformers. So these are the Cyber World, the new. So we saw listings for these a couple weeks ago. This is the Cyber World. Oh, I forget what it's Energon. Is it Energon Spark? Is what they're called, I think. Horrible host, right? Need to do better research. I don't pay much attention to this Cyber World stuff, but so that is. I thought that was Polar Claw at first, but no, that's Cheetor. You look at the robot mode head. And then we have we have two different Optimus Primes. Or is the other one supposed to be like Orion Pax? I can't tell. I guess I should have looked at the listings, huh? I know for sure this is Megatron and Hound. But and then we can go to Toy Fair and we'll see some more stuff. So one of the things cool, there's like a little bumblebee. Well, I shouldn't say little. It's a big bumblebee that's got a little play set in them, which I find really interesting. A lot of fun play features with this stuff. The pirate ship is Scourge. The Spinosaurus is Shockwave. It might be a Spinosaurus, but that front end, I thought it was just like a seahorse at first. And then here's like a wider shot of all the different Cyber World toys. And the Soundwave looks really cool too, with the tentacle arms. It looks like those are a bunch of ball joints, and it can be manipulated pretty good. I like his head sculpt too. But let's see. Next up, some more official images of stuff that came out of nowhere. And we got a listing of this, I think, the day before. Well, I think the listing dropped a couple weeks ago, but then there was a detailed listing that dropped the day before Toy Fair. So this is supposed to, I guess this is supposed to be celebrating the birthday of the United States, which is 250 years this year? And this is Star Eagle, which is a repaint of the Kingdom Air Razor. And there he or she is. And then here is the Toy Fair reveal. Also, something that we've seen prior to was the Optimus Prime soccer ball crossover. And then the red repainted twin mill. So this is like their crossover area of the Hasbro display at Toy Fair. Let's see. Next up, here's Swindle and Bruticus, and we get to see Shockwave on Bruticus's shoulder, right there. And then we have some more images of Bruticus in the case, just some close-up. So I don't know, like that. I thought it'd be kind of crowded with Blastoff, but it looks like it fits pretty good with Blastoff right there. And then here is their Age of the Prime stuff that we pretty much seen most of this stuff prior to a few times, and even Takara events. But two guys that came out of nowhere that Hasbro hasn't talked about, but Takara did. the Transformers 1 Orion packs and the Devastation Bumblebee. Transformers Devastation Bumblebee. We haven't heard hide or hair from Hasbro about these, but here they are. And they're with the Age of the Prime stuff. Does this mean? I mean, because when you saw the images from Takara, it was Studio Series. So are these exclusives? Not sure. And then we got some more images of that Titan Grimlock. No update on when pre-orders will be available for that. So I've been hinting, talking about Astro Train's chest. So I want to start this like little. I don't know if it's going to be a rant or not, but I don't collect Hasbro stuff as much. I have the Fans Toys Astro Train, so that's like my perfect Astro Train. But I mean, so the middle image is the image that came out with the production stuff, the production promos. And if you look in the package, his chest looks like that. So my guess is the photographer didn't transform him properly, and it made it look like shit. Just the chest is what we're focusing on right here. And then the image on the left is what was in the Hasbro booth. So that looks like the proper way the chest should be displayed. If you want animation accurate, well, about as close as accurate as you can get. And on the far right is an image taken from the BBTS commercial for this wave. And he has his chest done like the toy. So I'm assuming the proper chest orientation is how it is in the Hasbro booth at Toy Fair. And you can do it alternate way, like how they have it in the big bag toy store thing. But if you look at it, so look at the far left, that wing that opens up is in his abdomen. And it's pulled up and opened on his chest in the BBTS image. And then you're going to have a fat gap right in between. So it's going to look like booty. But speaking of booty, it feels like this doesn't happen. I don't think I am outside of thinking this. But the Siege looks so much better than the Studio Series. Now, it's not 1-for-1 here because it's just that's how these images are. But that's what I want to ask. Like, what happened? Was there no way you could update the original Siege mold to make it more Studio Series accurate? I just feel like, I mean, the shuttle mode, like in the shuttle mode, the Siege had its problems, but the Studio Series has more problems. Like the locomotive looks a lot better. I didn't need the smoke effect. I really didn't. Robot mode, just other than the chest thing being like so weird, like his arms are so small. Like they are so small. The wings on his back just doesn't look like the right size. Like his head just looks like a little pinhead. All the kibble on the legs, and that was all cleaned up on the Siege. I think they only. It's like I don't want to crap on the designers, because they might be limited to the price point, and then I don't know. Maybe this is just some internal Hasbro stuff that the designers don't have control of. But I'll look at it this way: if you already have this Siege mold, you're saving you $60. You don't have to buy the Studio Series 86 one unless you have a disease in your brain. You have to buy everything, which I have that disease, but I'm not buying this stuff because thankfully I don't collect Hasbro anymore. I got tired with the incremental upgrades. I have my forever toy and the Fans toys. So, all right, moving on. Bitched about this enough. See, next up, Blokees was at Toy Fair. And they did a little, this was their teaser showing Roadbuster. And then here is what was on display. This is the jet part of Overlord, Roadbuster. Oh, gosh. What was the other guy's name? Oh, that's horrible. I can't remember his name. And then Breakdown. It'll probably come to me when, because Iron Fist. So we saw these last week at Wonderfest, but they were gray modeled, and here are the painted versions of them. And here's a little bit closer look. Yeah, and then more from Blokees. So they are doing a clear variant of the trailer. This is just for the trailer of Optimus Prime. The only way you can get this is probably buying through third party like eBay, but it's part of the BFC creation contest prize. And then here's some more images. There's Roller, and then kind of inside you can see the clear repair drone. Let's see. Next up we have Yellow Park. They are teasing a Optimus Prime AMK Pro coming soon. If you guys can't tell, that is the is it Bumblebee movie or is it Rise of the Beast? I don't know. It's one of those. I mean, they have very similar design. I'm going to say Rise of the Beast. Oh, no. Read your slides, dumbass. Transformers Bumblebee. Well, anyways. Next up, we are moving to third-party news. Yeah, that was a big chunk. That's like 36 minutes worth of just official Transformers news. Third party, there's not as much stuff third party, but starting off, here we go.
I'll be back.
Guess who's back?
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
You gotta put your back into it, dumbass.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
You know, I don't think we've done this one in a while either. Reissues of the week. Well, we could have done Sunstreaker and Wheeljack, but I think this is the true reissue of the week. The Power of the Primes, Predaking, just became in stock, and a lot of people that missed out on this have a chance to get the Power of the Primes, Predaking. I want to say I highly recommend getting this set. That Predaking needs this set. Buy this set. Pre-order this set now. I am telling you, you will not be disappointed. There's not much more to say, but the wing, just for the wings and the hand and the sword, the bonus parts and the little spine looking thing help. But get this set. If you have this Predaking, buy this set. So next up, some blank slides that I forgot to pull out. Here is a tease from DNA. It looks like we're going to be getting a big convoy upgrade kit, and that big ass gun might be getting an upgrade. So be on the lookout. I mean, DNA is killing it. I mean, we're getting like 2 reveals a week. It was 3 reveals this week with that reissue of that Predaking set. But next up, we are getting upgrade kits for the G2 Slag, whatever his name is, and Snarl from the 2-pack. So you get all the swords, some like the little shield piece that you can use as tail, some blast effects, and some cannons. And here's some images of what the stuff looks like on the Dinobots. And here's that. Well, we're not done with the Dinobots from DNA. Well, was it last week we got the blue mode Godzilla? Now we're getting the yellow mode Godzilla, and this is for the what was this? This was the Toxitron series, Walmart exclusive G2 unreleased Grimlock. Now we can turn him into a yellow Godzilla, and there he is next to the blue one that we saw last week. All right, moving on to tees from Laser Cat Toys. Their chibi style Transformers combiners. I mean, now we're going into victory. Yeah, victory with Raiden. So more of that will be seen later. And then we got an update on their Superion. Here's like a colored render along with some gray, pretty much silver test shot model images. And then here he is in combined mode. Here's some more images of all the individual characters. And then all the combined pieces can turn into like a little robot. And then here's some more images. Alternate Superion head. But yeah. Let's see. Next up. Now this is Kang's Toys. We haven't seen any updates from them in a while. So this is their Dinobots. Gosh, the name Grand Spino and Imperiex. So these are generation scaled stuff. They're hero class of the. I don't know what the Spinosaur's name. Yeah, I don't remember. And then Grimlock. And I don't know if it shows these in combined mode. So I don't know what where these located at on their version of Volcanicus. But yeah. Speaking of stylized stuff, we have Craftsman Toys gray model images of their Ultra Magnus. Now this is very stylized, but then it has a little IDW feel to it. So I don't know if that's what they're going with here, but it is a possibility because of that big ass hammer and those tall shoulder pauldrons. But this is a chunky boy. And then he can do the whole like so he can hold the matrix. That's why I don't know if it's 100% IDW stylized or inspired. Because if there's a little figure in his chest, then that'd be a different story. But some play features with like how his cannon expands as well. Let's see, next up, out of nowhere, we haven't had an update on this fella in a long time. So this is the 01 Studios broadside. And I love how there's a KFC chicken box in the background that I didn't notice till now, which is amazing. And it is next to is that the Craftsman's Toys or is that the Bingo Toys strafe? I think it's the Bingo's Toys. It's whatever one it's just come out. But so I have this guy on pre-order, and I know Fans Toys is doing this guy. But I don't know. Is there room for this and Fans Toys? Fans Toys is probably like 3 years away. So I might be adding him. I might be sticking with that pre-order. I mean, it was only $1 down, but and you know, this strafe is kind of alluding to what we're going to see next. Here's Magic Square. Just dropped these to like last night and today. So last night we saw Lightspeed and Nose Cone. So this confirms that Lightspeed that we showed off a week or so ago that fella had in hand that he didn't know what it was. Looked an awful like Magic Square. Well, guess what? Right here. It was Magic Square. Not only did they show off Nose Cone and Lightspeed, we got Strafe and Afterburner. Oh, and there's more, folks. We got Scattershot. And we got the combined mode. I think a lot of Legends fans out there were just salivating on a Computron coming. They ended up buying that one, was that Rising Force or somebody? I can't remember who it was that did that little stylized Computron. And now we're going to have a legit Legends. And guess what? When I look at this, I see a lot of inspiration from the Masterpiece Magic Square Combaticons. I want these upscaled. Here's what I hope what happens. I hope as these are coming out in Legends, the Dinobots start coming out in Masterpiece. And then once they're done with all these, they start doing Computron next in Masterpiece, or they can do them side by side. I don't care either way. I prefer to have Dinobots, but I don't have a Computron. I'd take it. So that is all for Transformers news. Let's get out of here and get to action figure stuff. So McFarlane Toys dropped this little nugget this week. They are partnering with Sony Interactive to make action figures of their action figures or their property. So I'm assuming, who was it that was doing them? Was it Jazz? No, it wasn't Jazzware. I don't know, but they didn't scale with other 112 stuff. They weren't the best. I don't remember who it was, but they did the Alloy, and they did a Kratos and a Trace. I don't know if they did anything else. So, and speaking of toy companies claiming new properties, courtesy of Preternia, and I think Mattel posted it as well, they have come to terms with Paramount and a multi-year global licensing deal with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, Playmates, see ya. Mattel, build us some toys. So, interesting. Oh, but we're not done with properties being snagged up. Hasbro snagged up from Warner Brothers Discovery the Harry Potter film and television series. But this is supposed to be, starting in 2027 to produce Harry Potter film and television series, dolls, role-play, action figures, collectibles, interactive plush, board games, and more, revealed later this year. Now, I heard it was supposed to be with the HBO stuff, but here it's saying film and television, so I think we're getting a little bit of both. But moving on to Playmates, they aren't done with Ninja Turtles, though. Remember those leaked images we saw? Well, it is confirmed. G.I. Joe TMNT crossover. Here's the characters. Now, there was so much stuff. Like, I think they had a product image, or at least the packaging of the Dragonfly at Toy Fair. And then what it looks like is all five of these are in a box together, or at least the 4 turtles. I don't know if April was in there, but they look like they were box sets. I'm not sure who comes with the Yaw Striker. I thought one of the original images showed it was April came with it. So it might be the 4 turtles in a box together. April comes with the Yaw Striker. Or maybe it's 5 and 5. All 5 of these are in a kit and all the other 5. But interesting. Not for me at all, but I think there's some cool designs here, especially the Slash Storm Shadow crossover. So next up, Blokees. Something that Hasbro is really late on, getting some of these Marvel rival figures out. And so now we have a Penny Parker spider suit. This is the Champion series. So previous Champion series stuff. And then the Rocket Raccoon. So that was teased, and then we saw this revealed right afterwards. And then these were on display at Toy Fair. And then here is kind of like the lineup, the first 4 figures of the rival stuff. And now that Spider-Man is just, I think it's like 5.9 inches tall. Or maybe he's a little bit shorter than that. Maybe it's and then Venom's like 5'9" plus. So I don't know how well these will scale with 112. They might scale really well with like Mafex style 112. Yeah, so next up, Super 7, the manufacturer that won't die, but feels like they have been for the last few years. I think this is kind of rejuvenating their brand, though. This is the Reaction Plus stuff. So we're doing a Stars and Stripes theme. I think this is kind of going with how the Transformers is doing that USA anniversary thing. That's what I think what's going on with this Falcon, Duke, Lady J, and Snake guys. And then also their next wave with Flash, Hydra Viper, Chuckles, and Deanna. We kind of saw some of that a couple weeks ago, but I think these are the official announcements. And then all this stuff was on display at Toy Fair. Also, we got an update on their Micronauts, the Reaction Plus stuff, and I think these were on display at Toy Fair as well. Micronauts, whatever. And then one thing that was really surprising, they are doing TMNT reaction figures. And I think these are on display at Toy Fair as well. One thing is, so as much as I'm not a really fan of O-ring, but to see that these are O-ring styled TMNT stuff that could scale with your Joes, kind of interesting. But I'm not going to get them. Next up, Hasbro, McFarlane, and Mattel aren't the only ones scooping IPs up. Super 7 is getting in the Visionaries market, and I can't remember if there was some stuff at Toy Fair or not from these, but they're not done. This isn't the only Hasbro property they're scooping up. My Little Pony. So Super 7's just scooping up all these properties that Hasbro doesn't give a shit about. That's my guess. Wait, there's more. Super 7 is doing Law and Order. Okay. I guess there's a need for it. We'll see. Let's see. Next up, Hiya Toys. Talk about another company like DNA just churning out stuff week after week. But this isn't coming out till like 2027, so they do take their time producing things. But this is the oh shoot, I didn't even type the ED. Oh yeah, I suck. I don't remember what this thing's called. It's the ED60 or something like that. You all know what it is. It's from, hold on. It's from the first RoboCop movie. But I mean, so hold on, let's go back. So you can kind of, the one thing I don't know, it's been a while since I watched RoboCop, but that doesn't look like it scales well with their RoboCop action figure. Now the image on the right, it doesn't look too bad, but the image on the top left or top center, just it doesn't look like it scales well enough. But this is the Exquisite Super. So this is supposed to be the 1/12 sized things. It's the ED209. Jeez, I was just drawing a blank. But I think the next image shows its height. So it's supposed to be 7.9 inches. It just feels like it's not tall enough. But yeah. More from Hiya, and something I don't know hardly anything about. This is the Persona 5 Royal. So I think I know Persona 5 was a game, but I don't know if the Royal was like a spin-off or a DLC, but this is from that. Like I said, I never played it. I think this was the one. Was this the? I don't know a whole lot about Persona. I don't know if this was the. I know they had one of the games was like comic book inspired, and I don't know if that's what this is, but yeah. I probably will not be picking any of this stuff up. I'm not wait, and those are, I think that is the Exquisite mini, or not mini, but the same scale, the 1/12 scale. I'm trying to find the post that I made on it. I don't remember what day that was. I tell you what, last week was a week when it came to toy news. I mean, just one news story after another. But see, this is the Exquisite Basic, so 5.7 inches, 5.7 inches tall. So yeah, that's like 1/12 scale. And Violet is her name. Oh, let's see. Next up, what do we got? Oh, NECA. Now, I apologize right off the beat. I did not get any Toy Fair images from NECA. I know they showed the Muppets and McDonald's Playland characters. But this is their 8-inch clothed Batman Returns Penguin. And the head sculpt looks really good, but something about the clothing looks a little weird. But the Penguin's not the only thing they're doing for Batman Returns. They are doing Catwoman. And something's off on her corset. I really hope they do these in their Ultimate lines. The more 7-inch scale stuff. And they're not doing Batman from Batman Returns. They're doing Batman from Batman 89. And here's some box images. Not a whole lot of accessories, but all these come with soft goods. It looks like the cape's wired, so that's kudos to that. Let's see, next up, Storm Arena. Chun-Li. Kind of get a breakdown. It seems like she comes with more accessories than the other ones. No, it's about the same amount of hands. 2 different faces. But they dropped a lot of images of her. I put this on pre-order. Not like the biggest fan of Alpha 3, but I really like this look. And she's got the cake. Fitting. See, next up, Joy Toy. So we have images of their Super Bebop and Mighty Rocksteady, the robot versions of Bebop and Rocksteady. Now these are 1/18 scale. And then here's kind of a breakdown of all the parts and accessories they come with, and then they both come with stands. And I forgot to put a header for this, but Mondo showed off their X-Men 97 Beast. And this is 1/6 scale. Man, it looks good. Please, Hasbro, give me a 1/12 X-Men 97 Beast. We are desperately needing that. And I wanted to do something like this one is doing with like the lab coat and the way the arms pop off. That's really cool. Or soft goods, but they're not going to do soft goods. Isn't that what they did with the retro carded one? So, looks really good. And speaking of Marvel Legends, we had a panel for Marvel Legends this week. I mean, all the stuff that came out this week. We started off with a Marvel Legends panel, a toy fair. I mean, gosh, good God. So, we got to see the Secret World Wars wave. And here is the Falcon. We got images of Constrictor. And I think this was in like one of the early waves of Marvel Legends. I think I had it at one point before I sold off some Marvel Legends that I had. Let's see. Next up, we have Absorbing Man. I almost said Abomination. Absorbing Man. Which a lot of complaints I've heard about this guy is he was a Build-A-Figure and he had limbs that he was absorbing stuff and it looked like he was using his powers. This is just pretty much a naked body. Next up, we have Magic, the New Warriors outfit. And I don't even think she was around when Secret Wars came out. Or at least this version of her. Looks good. I don't have any New Warrior stuff. I don't think I'm going to start collecting them. But I think she sold out on Pulse. She was one of the few from this wave. We have a Spider-Man just as the symbiote suit is taking over. The symbiote is taking over his body. Kind of cool effects. I don't know who would want this. Maybe photographers, but yeah. And then to round off this wave, we have Daredevil. This was the only one that I pre-ordered. And then like his little effect thing can plug into his back, which is kind of cool. Sadly, he doesn't get any like wire to put on his batons. Only thing you can really do to him is plug them together. But I don't have a Daredevil, like a non-live action Daredevil, so I did pre-order him. And those pre-orders went up on Tuesday. See, next up, in the realm of Daredevil, here is Bullseye and Muse 2-pack. One thing that really surprises me, the bloody effects that they did with these two characters. I am surprised they went that way. But I don't care about this pack. If it was a more like if Bullseye wasn't wearing this tactical pants and looked more traditional, more comic accurate, I might have put a pre-order. I might put a pre-order down for this, but not the way it is. I'm not a fan. It's like I almost feel like they tried to go comic book and the TV show at the same time, and should have just went one way or the other. But nah, no, I'm good. Next 2-pack is a Quicksilver and Black Widow 2-pack. And I forget what comic book run this is, but this is based off a comic book run. I think this is the early 90s. Yeah, I'm marked safe from this one. And those go up for pre-order on March 18th. Did I have a date for the Muse? Oh yeah, the Muse and Bullseye 2-pack goes up on pre-order March 14th. Next up, pissed off. This one pissed off a lot of people because they already had the Build-A-Figure. Well, guess what? I don't have the Build-A-Figure. So this one is getting pre-ordered. So this is a retro carded Onslaught. And this is going right up in the Marvel versus Capcom shelf. So this is a Target exclusive, and pre-orders for this go up on to be determined. I love that date, to be determined. Really good anniversary. Next up, another one they might have me on is the X-Men 97 Archangel, where this is basically the wings that were on the X-Force Archangel, except I believe it's a different backpack, and you're not getting the other wing bits. But the one cool thing is, but I still don't think it's worth it, is the little folded up tuning fork looking piece where his wings are folded up. And that goes on pre-order March 25th. And yeah, there's that. Let's see. Next up, another thing I'm marked safe from is this Thor Maximum. Cool thing, it comes with the soft goods cape, some lightning effects. I mean, it feels like they skimped out a little bit on this. Like it should have came with the spinning hammer. I think it's cool. It's got the hammer that's on his fist where he's using it to fly with, but and then they call this a 2-pack because it comes with Throg, which is, it looks like a slug figure. Come on now, a 2-pack. But this goes up for pre-order next on February 25th. And then after the panel was over, they didn't show this in the panel. This is the tease of a future product. When they first, so this is the second image. The first image is the opposite side, and you could tell it looked like a manhole cover. But throw up comments. Tell me what you think this could be a tease to. See, next up, some stuff that was showed off at Toy Fair. Here's some official product images of the Smart Hulk or Professor Hulk. They got me. Like, first of all, it comes with the head that you take this you put that head. I could probably use that and put that head on the Maximum Hulk and turn him into the Marvel vs. Capcom Hulk. But those slippers are so funny too. And then here's some more promo art, the packaging. Yeah, they might have me on this one. Also revealed at Toy Fair was Iron Spider, but the Aaron Davis Iron Spider. Don't know anything about this in comic lore. I just, Aaron Davis is the Prowler. So I guess he donned the Iron Spider suit at some point. Don't know. See, next up we have stuff from G.I. Joe. Non-Super 7 G.I. Joe. Hasbro G.I. Joe. So we learned, was this Tuesday? At an event at that Larry Hama had at Midtown Comics. He revealed Don Moreno, his character he created. Sorry about that. I needed a drink. And here is some more images of her. The packaging, the accessories she comes with. I'm really digging that face sculpt without the helmet and the face mask. They're killing some of these face sculpts of these women. But here's some of the packaging. Also, we have, if you guys remember last week, there was an eBay seller having this. Well, then we got official product images of it. And we got some more. Yeah, this is a get for sure. And then y'all remember that tease that we were supposed to learn about what it was at Toy Fair? Well, these images dropped. And this is G.I. Joe Alejandro Balam, Sundown, Luna, Mendoza. Good names. Holy names, sir. But Sundown. So this is loosely based off of a Cops character. If you guys remember the Cops show and toy line. And they were O-ring figures, but they were, I think, like 4 inches, maybe 5 inches. So the bio on him, he is a bounty hunter, and he is searching for the man that either kidnapped or killed his brother. And the man he's searching is Headman. And if you guys know Vintage Joe, DEF, Headman was the villain of the against the Drug Enforcement DEF drug and I don't remember what DF stand for, but it was the Joe team that were fighting the drug lords. And here's some images of the box. Something else we saw early, and some of these were images that were dropped by Toy Book Reveal, but we got some other cleaner images of these. But this is the Cobra La Royal Guard. And then we had some fancier images. I am glad. So this is a Famazon, like a general release deluxe figure, and I am so happy for that. Because that means multiple places will have them. Odds are it could hit clearance a little bit. It's not a Pulse exclusive, which Pulse exclusives usually sell out and go up higher in the market. I mean, I don't know if Pythona did, but Nemesis Enforcer did. So if we're going to have deluxe troopers, at least they're going to be widely spread and shouldn't be as difficult to come by. Because, like I said, I'm going to at least want 3. I don't know. We'll see. But it's really cool. I'm a fan of Cobra Law. I am not one of those old fuddy-duddy Joe fans. It's like, Cobra Law wasn't real, but you still like Serpentor. But anyways, wrong way. Here is Taurus and Red Dog. Some promotional images. Not a whole lot of images dropped for these guys, but yeah, gotta have them. And then Overkill. I'm glad we finally got to see his face unmasked, because we heard that he was a cyborg and this wasn't a robot, and that's a really cool looking grimace he has on his face, like he's pissed off or in pain, like an anti-RoboCop. And we got images of Zanya and the Dreadnought Chameleon / Swamp Skier. I'm liking the yeah, damn. Can't wait to add her to the collection for sure. The Swamp Skier looks a little awkward, but I don't know where this one's being distributed through. I think this is another fan channel release. And then the Hydro Viper. God, it looks so good. And I think it was confirmed that is not a helmet. That is a separate head sculpt that you can pop on. Which I think I prefer that better. Just because it would be, only thing missing is that extra hand to go over his web hand. I feel like they missed out But oh, it looks so good. And the surprise of, oh yeah, I have to pull up the other slideshow. Because too many slides. StreamYard only allows 100 slides. So weird. So the thing that probably stole the show at Toy Fair, in my opinion, is the Professor Rockclaw and the Cobra Dinosaur. I'm not going to try pronouncing it because I can't think of how that's supposed to be pronounced the right way. But man, he looks freaky. And then, so I don't know if what they're doing here is like that extra head sculpt, if that's like his armor he wears on his head, because I want to show the regular head sculpt and almost want like 2 more to use as troopers. But so this collar thing that was like the tease, this is what it is. It's the collar for this dinosaur. So that bit right there around his neck, that was what we saw teased this year. Was that its SDCC, I think? But yeah, they got me. Dinosaur Hunters. Moving on. Next up, Airtight. I think Airtight was one of my first Joe toys I ever had. And the fact that his helmet comes off, I think it's a helmet, not a head. And he's got his widow peak, like the animation, to be animation accurate. Yeah. Digging that. And then last up of the official production promo images, the Night Creeper Dire Tech variant. And this is a Walmart exclusive. And damn, they got me. The translucent, like reptilian arms. Oh man, I'm going to need a few of these. And the fact that this is not a deluxe figure, and like that damn Ghost Viper was so hard to find. This definitely, you can make, you're going to want multiples of these, I think. And it's a Walmart exclusive. That's what's going to suck. Let's see. Next up, so there was one more thing. So this is the Action Soldier Special Forces from the Legacy Collection. So here's some promotional image of him. I think I have images from TF from Toy Fair. But here's a bunch of images from Toy Fair. This is Sundown. Here you can see the Action Soldier. And then the Night Creeper, Airtight. And then here's the Dino Hunter guy. And then last but not least is the Zartan. Wow. We got through it. Like I said, that was like 200 some slides. Yeah. So that's all for this week. Like I said, I know there was a lot of stuff that I missed. I mean, the amount of things there was Toy Fair. A lot of it is stuff I don't traditionally cover. I'm going to try to cover as much stuff as possible, but NECA, I've kind of slowly creeped into it. You saw with some of the Batman stuff. If there's anything else that you want me to try to cover or just show off on here, let me know. Like this week was, I don't want to say hell because I like doing this stuff, but good God, there was so much news this week. But we're spoiled as a community when it comes to action figure collectors, just toys in general, Transformers, what have you. But yeah, like I said, comment if there's anything else you want me to keep a closer eye on. If you like watching this show, I appreciate everybody that watches this show. But let's sign off. If you could like this. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I am putting out a lot of content and I'm enjoying it. So comment, subscribe, like, follow, share, all that stuff. Comments, I like interacting. If I have anything to say to some of your guys' comments, I try to. And then just check out News and Review every Tuesday at 1:30 a.m. I thought about doing this one live just because there's so much content, but I think we got through it. And then what is it? Every Tuesdays at 1:30 p.m. is Transformers Tuesday. Review will go up every Tuesday, and then every Friday at 1:30 p.m. is the action figure review. And then Thursdays, I think the plan is to start going live on Thursdays at 10 p.m. I have to look and see when I went live last time. I think it's 10:30 p.m. on Thursdays. We did Blokees. We'll probably do Blokees the next couple of weeks. You never know. We might do like a behind the scenes live stream where I'll be making the slides, because that takes a lot of time. And if I can do it live and kind of let you guys see, I don't know, maybe that's something to do, or some interviews or something like that. But we'll see. Thursdays is definitely going to be a thing. At 10:30. I think that gives me enough time to get home, get ready. And then Saturdays is Men on Films. Last week we had Zakanin. That was really fun. I don't know what we're doing this week yet. We'll figure it out. But every Saturday evening at 11 p.m. Eastern. And then check me out on Figure Fight Club channel. Mondays is Decepticast. Decepticast usually ends about a little bit an hour before this begins. So that's Mondays at 10:15 p.m. And then I'm on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. All these are Eastern times, by the way. And then Tuesdays is open mic night. And then Fridays is the VIP show, but it's called Plastic Journey now. And I don't know who we're interviewing this week. I remember seeing a video. I just can't remember. So that's at 9 p.m. on Fridays. So that's all I got. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Just come hang out every week, and we'll keep the news rolling. So I'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Acknowledge me.
Talent 910 maybe collects, yeah, that's the name. Shelves to the screen, still playing the game. The YouTube there, better culture clips. If you love collectibles, that's where you step. Instagram scrolls, TikTok clips, sex for the talk, Facebook hits, Twitch going live. Yeah, we building a base, community strong, worldwide space. If you rock with the vibe, don't hesitate. Subscribe to the channel, yeah, elevate. Follow, like, share, let the algorithm spin. Tap the bell, stay live. Let the journey begin. This ain't just toys, it's a culture we see. From plastic to pixels, yeah, we give you the feed. If it dropped, if it leaked, if it buzzing online, we talk it, we break it every single time.